Hi, everybody. I'm back very briefly. Um, I'm always studying by Behemoth. And, when you get started on these programs, you have so much on your mind and you leave out something that is major that can help in your understanding. I'm aware that a lot of you are very busy. You don't have time to sit and watch a 5 hour, 3 day long Bobby Hemmett presentation on a regular basis. But I do. And so I like giving you all the quick versions. And then, of course, you can go and study further if you'd like. But I want to clear up some things about the presentation I did today at Mary Scott Key Park down the street from my relatives. I want to show you where I am now. If you can read that sign back there, it says Oakland Park Cemetery, which is a national park right by where I lived over here at Mattress Factory Lofts. I became enthralled with the graveyard because everywhere out there, and I think I've done a presentation about this too. I actually went up in there and showed the Kemet history, the obelisks and other architecture that originated with our ancestors. But anyway, I decided to pull over here to say the things that I left off earlier. We were talking about Venus and the primordial heartbeat of the Divine Mother. And when that energy comes in, it takes over the regular heartbeat that we have. I mentioned before all the things that happen with Kundalini within the body, and something's going on, and you just sort of relax and take some deep breaths and let it do what it do. Well, this primordial heartbeat happens when the organs of the body are working properly. And so when you go into a doctor and they see your aura, they can tell a lot about your ka. As you recall, the ba is the soul, the ka is the spirit. And there are three types: the divine ka, the inferior ka, and the animal ka. So when you do an x-ray or whatever and they see parts of the aura or some indication or resonance about that heart chakra, because the reason we're under attack for dehydration is because there is a symbiotic relationship between the chemicals released in the kidneys that correspond with the heart. And so if they can damage our kidneys or dehydrate our body, they can stop that spiritual process in our divine God body from happening. And that is a problem. One additional thing: don't be like these regular sheeple out here lined up outside of drugstores to get a flu shot. First, as Bobby Hemmett has also said, and you know it because you live every day, you listen to the radio, they'll announce, maybe even on the news, that they're out of flu shots in the white communities. And then next thing you know, black people will be lined up all outside of these drugstores, which will have signs outside telling you there's a flu shot available, get your flu shot. Sort of like get your HIV test. And then people will line up there, and when they go in for that flu shot, they don't realize whatever the chemicals in there are destructive to the highly melanin body. So you're going in willingly and allowing them basically to kill you. So think about that. Don't do that to yourself. Because when you know better, you do better. Now, we all have these people around us, and it's so difficult. One of you commented about your family members, which ones were conscious, which friends you could talk to. And someone was very happy that I can at least speak with my mother and a few others. But all the people that I've known throughout the years that, being me and doing what I do, I'm always talking about what I do and what I'm into and trying to get people to feel a sense of compassion for the traumas of bogus HIV diagnosis. And it's almost like they really do have a switch inside that shuts them off. I've even had people to fall asleep on my couch while I'm showing a Bobby Hemmett or talking. They just cut off. And this is what's called becoming an automaton. It's very similar to the cloning process, which has been going on since the 50s, heavily for black people in the 70s. So, depending on the age of the black person that we know, they could very well be the product of a cloning operation, unable to awaken. And so, no flu shots. Okay? No flu shots. And be careful whenever you're around these doctors. You know, I used to want to be a medical doctor. Got to chemistry and decided it wasn't for me, and then went the psychology route. But I'm so glad I'm not a part of that. Now, I do know a couple of people I grew up with who went on to become surgeons and very important doctors who, you know, all of a sudden I saw them and they had locks in their hair and they had stopped being a medical doctor because they realized they weren't there to heal. And the alternative to that is to kill, and to kill tacitly and silently, and to go along with things that you know are wrong. We are in the age of truth. There are spiritual consequences for falling out of the truth zone in this age of truth. Period. Okay? So that's all I wanted to say today. I only went 6 minutes or so. Have a good day. I am Dr. Damien Q. Laster. Have a good day. The Conscious Doctor, Rainbow Warrior. Atum Ra. Goodbye.